items here. We'll start down at this end. Remember I talked about evenness of color? Look at the ears and the color itself compared to this one. Might be a pinch, just a shade darker maybe. See, this gets darker, and that one down there even gets darker. But when you roll the rabbit over, see how light, how plain that belly is? It doesn't even match the top color. And this is getting close to what we call the orange. Actually, when you look down along the feet, it looks like it might have a little bit of some ticking on it. But this is what we don't want, folks. This is what we don't want. Are we winning? Who's winning? Okay. So I'll tell you, we'll set it there now. A little later on, if you want to come up and roll them over yourself, let's do the top on this one first. This one, see, compared to this one, has a lot more evenness of the color. Okay, evenness of color, but again, in my it's even. Shows a little bit of brightness where this one is broken, so you see it's pretty dull throughout. But as Tim started to roll this rabbit over, there's the biggest fault. It's the orange on the belly. You can see that? You'll see it? So that's a no-no, you know. We want it as uniform over the body. So I'm going to get down to this rabbit that's a little bit better. You can see he's got a much richer color on the top. This has got the better depth of color we talked about. Depth to the fur, down to the skin. A whole lot better than this one and that one. You can almost see what I'm talking about? You roll it over. I'll show it, turn it this way. See, it's a lot better on that belly, isn't it? Now, we're not talking about crotch spots and down low down here. We're just talking basically the belly, because see, it carries pretty well all the way around. It's about 95% of the top color's on that belly, isn't it? Can you all see what I'm talking about? That belly color is about 95% of that top color. That's ideal. That's good. That's good. And I put this in a second over this, and I want to show you the difference. These are two very nice colored animals. What I'm going to tell you here. This animal, you can see it's a nice, rich color, carries well down like this guy does. You roll him over.
Wow. Beautiful.
You see what I'm talking about? Nice, about the same as the top right. Okay. Why did I like this one over this one? Anybody want to take a guess?
Color.
The third factor, shine. Yeah. See, it shines a little more. It's a little more finished and got a little more gloss or shininess to it. So you got to consider all three factors. I might not pick this one over that one. This got a little better shine, but boy, this one's got the head and ears and bones and body. See, so you got to evaluate the total animal. On color, this animal wins. As a total standard as it stands now, this animal probably is a little better than this guy. See the difference in the head structures, the head and the ear structure? I always said I wasn't going to talk about anything but color.
Can't help yourself.
Would you say, though, that even though this rabbit is fairly even in color and has a nice finish, that you wouldn't want to place this high in the class because of the lightness of the color?
Lightness in the color, but you got to look at the whole animal, too, you know. If you got one that's got pretty good color and miserable body, it's like any other breed. You got to evaluate the whole thing. Three things you evaluate in this breed overall, and that's color, type, and fur. You got the whole animal there. One animal excels really well in two of those three things, and the other one, you've got a trade-off. That's what judging is, isn't it? Trade-offs. We're just telling you that the standard tells you that color is the most important single factor in this breed. 30 points. Boom. Body's the next most thing. Body, 25 points. Fur's the next thing, 20 points. You evaluate this breed on those three things, you're going to come pretty close every time to the better animal. Condition affects all those things, so you got to look at a little bit of condition. Okay? And it says medium bone, but it does say a full head and stocky ears. That's where this guy gets that he's got the right bone, the right head, the right stockiness of ears. See, so those are two nice animals. If this one had this one shine, it'd be a blowout, but you know, it's just, he doesn't. And that becomes, if the judge were to pick this one over this one, that wouldn't be too bad. I mean, that's his opinion, and maybe he feels that way. But if you pick that one down there over this one, you better read the book again, folks, because that's not what we want down there. And light color is something that we kind of discourage. We don't have the
color.
Well, it doesn't have the head and bone and all that. Yeah, right. And that one down there's got no finish or anything. I mean, Those kind you don't last long. And I said to be proactive, so if I were judging that animal, I'd be kind. I wouldn't tear them up. Fault the animal, tell them where they need to improve, and thank them and send it off. Make comments to the animal, not, fairly poor color, fairly good body type. That didn't tell you anything. Talk specific about, this is true of any breed, but in this breed particularly because the exhibitors are really starved to learn. And you guys are the ones that are going to train.